Okie dokes. Today I'm going to show you guys how to layer your scarves by using a lace hijab and a thin scarf. And this is the end result, what you will end up with. You'll end up with lots of overlapping and layering without it being bulky, because you're using a lace scarf, which is obviously not bulky at all, and you're using a thin scarf, which again isn't bulky. So you end up with a style that isn't bulky, but you get to achieve this kind of twisty, turny, overlapping one over the other sort of look, if that makes sense. So I'm going to show you guys how I did this. I'm going to be using in this tutorial a thin scarf and a lace hijab. Okay. So I'm going to start off by putting the thin scarf on my head like this. Okay, so one side is short and the other side is fairly long. Next, I'm going to take the lace hijab and place that over my head. So the same side on which I had the short part of the thin scarf, I'm going to keep again short with the lace hijab. So I'm going to place that over, quite near the back. Okay, I'm going to fold the thin scarf around my face like this and then put a pin down here to hold it in place. Now, the nice thing about the thin scarves, and actually also the lace hijabs, if you were to wear them by themselves, is that they're quite bendy, so they're easy to bend around the face. And the lace hijabs also, they're very, very easy to bend around the face, because I'm going to need to do that now. I'm going to put this over, like so, and then put a separate pin down here. Okay, now I'm going to take the thin scarf out from between the lace scarf, like this. Now, what I'm going to do is take it all the way around the lace scarf from the short side. However, I'm going to take it under the short side, like this, on this side. Okay, and then if I turn to the side, and I'll show you, as I bring it round, I'm going to put it in front of the lace scarf. Okay, but more further towards the back. So it goes under the lace scarf on that side and then over the lace scarf as I bring it around like this. I'm going to pull this, loosen it a bit so you can see more of the lace here. Like this. Okay, now I'm going to take the long part of the lace scarf, and rather than to cross it over like this, I'm going to take it backwards. Okay, so I'm going to take it backwards, leave it quite loose, as I do that, so that the lace scarf literally just sits on the head. I don't want it sitting too tightly, I just want it to sit quite loosely. I'm just going to move that forward a little bit. I want the lace scarf to sit quite loosely over the thin scarf like this. You want to make sure that it's quite loose here so that there's room for the thin scarf to come out from in between the lace scarf on that side. Because if it's too tight, then this will be pulled up, so I need to leave it fairly loose like that, so that some of the thin scarf peeks through and it's all not just one solid colour. Yeah, so it's kind of a similar thing as to what you did over here, where one scarf sort of went behind the other but needed to be loose enough to allow the lace to show through. You're doing a similar thing here, where you need the lace to be fairly loose so that the thin scarf can come out. Now what I'm going to do is pin at the top up here to hold this in place, because that's now done. This is sorted. Don't know whether you can hear that. It's my baby talking in his sleep in the background. Okay, now you're going to have these two bits, flaps, sort of left quite loose. That bit there, and then the initial bit of the lace that you'd left at the beginning. Now the beauty of the lace is that because it is sheer, it can be used to its full effect, okay, to show some of the colour of the thin scarf through. So finally, to finish off, what I'm going to do is put the thin scarf, tuck it slightly under the lace on that side, and we're going to pin it so that This is going slightly under. And the lace is coming slightly over like that. So firstly, I'm going to pin this one down here. I'm just going to use a safety pin for that. Then you take your lace hijab. What you do is pull it out from this side, as much of it as you can. You'll feel when there isn't any more to pull because it will get suddenly very tight. Yeah, I think this is it. That's as much as mine will come out. And then what we're going to do is, again, because the lace hijab is quite stretchy-ish and quite easy to bend, I'm going to create like a fan sort of shape. So what I'm going to do is take this corner and hold it so that it creates a kind of a fan. Oh, so it creates a kind of a fan shape over here, but still showing some of the thin scarf through. So it's going to go like that. I'm going to take this piece that was hanging and I'm going to put these two together using a safety pin. That will hold them together. Now, what you will find is that there's quite a bit of lace that's sitting here. If you buy a lace hijab from my website, they're quite big. So what you'll find is because they're so big, there will be some excess scarf here. What you can do with that is just pull it backwards, like that, so that it sits more neatly. See? So that this bit looks a lot neater. Okay, and that's it. And what you can see, the idea behind it is that the lace and the thin scarf kind of go one over the other in different parts, and you can see this effect of lace, thin scarf, and then the overlapping here, and that's it. This is a great way to actually achieve more coverage as well, because you've got a lot more coverage at the front. And now if I turn over and show you from the back as well. So that's it then. I hope you guys enjoyed it and I hope you found it useful. Toodles!